apologize, it's a little grainy, but who likes puzzles? Great, so we're going to start with the toss-up puzzle. Hopefully you can all see it. When you know the answer, shout it out.
Get ready for our next toss-up. It's worth $2,000. And the category is fun and games. Adam, tickle me elbow.
Perfect. So you got 2 prizes, and I didn't have a prize to give you anyway.
So no $2,000 then?
Oh wait, next time. So I just want to open my speech with that. I think Yvette told you guys when you first join Toastmasters, you get a magazine, a monthly magazine in the mail. And so I saw a really interesting article in the February 2014 Toastmasters magazine last year. It was about a division governor named Andy Weissman, who was from the Chicago area. He appeared on Wheel of Fortune. He won $7,500 and a trip to St. Thomas, and he actually credited his success on the show because he was a member of Wheel of Fortune. So they did this whole piece in the magazine about it, and I wanted to read you a quote that he said. Toastmasters has been a tremendous help in giving me the confidence to even want to audition. It really helped me speak with inflection and authority. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind as I deliver my speech today. Today I want to tell you a little bit about my experience with Wheel of Fortune, the history of Wheel of Fortune, and the rules of the game. My love for Wheel of Fortune goes way back until I was about 6 years old. Pretty much my earliest memories are of Wheel of Fortune. They start with me being picked up from school by my grandparents, taken home, having a big southern dinner, and then me and my grandfather would go off to our television room and we would watch Wheel of Fortune. I don't know what drew him to Pat and Vanna. Probably the same thing that still draws me in watching today. Maybe a little bit of a unhealthy affinity, but for some reason we loved them and we were just able to bond over the two of them over time. So I would say this kind of tradition continued from middle school to high school to college. I would always just find myself coming back to his home, and spending time together watching Wheel of Fortune. So ever since then I've had this really lifelong dream that I want to be on Wheel of Fortune. I've been watching since I'm 6. I'm 31 now. I've solved a lot of puzzles. I think I would be a great contestant. So that's in the back of my head, so keep that in mind too. A little bit about the history of the show now. Wheel of Fortune was created by Merv Griffin. He came up with the idea after taking long car rides with his sister. They would always play hangman in the car. So in the back of his head, he got this idea, well, this could be a really great idea for a television show. So he pitched it to network producers, and they said, we like this. This could be a great game show, but we need a hook. So I guess growing up, Merv Griffin had always kind of been fascinated by big roulette-type wheels that you would see in casinos. So he consulted Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas about how he could build such a big wheel to incorporate with the game. Wheel of Fortune premiered on January 6, 1975 with hosts Chuck Woolery and Susan Stafford at 10:30 a.m. on NBC. 7 years into his duty as host, Chuck Woolery resigned over a salary dispute with Merv Griffin. So Griffin had a backup host in mind. He was a local television personality named Pat Sajak. Griffin thought Sajak's odd sense of humor was kind of desirable. NBC executives didn't really see it the same way. They thought that Pat Sajak was a little bit too local. We all know what happened. Sajak ended up becoming host, so NBC kind of lost out there. Contrary to what you might think, Vanna White's first appearance on a game show was not on the Wheel of Fortune, but it was actually on an episode of The Price is Right. She was one of the first 4 contestants to come down to Contestants Row. And so this footage of her coming on down actually appeared on the 25th anniversary of The Price is Right special. And so when Susan Stafford left the show in October of 1982, Wheel of Fortune called Vanna White and asked her to fill in. So she temporarily filled in from October 1982, and then in December of the same year they asked her to come on full time. She became an instant fan favorite with her long, flowing ball gowns, turning the letters on the wheel. Everybody loved her. The current syndicated version of Wheel of Fortune premiered on September 1983 and is still going strong. 33 years later, Wheel of Fortune is still on the air. Pat and Vanna are still hosting, and funny enough, I guess they just celebrated the 33 years today. So like I said earlier, I'm 31, so we're same timeline, Wheel of Fortune, so I guess maybe that's part of my nostalgia. I'm not really sure. The last part of my speech I want to tell you is a little bit about the rules. I'm sure you've all seen Wheel of Fortune. There's 3 toss-up puzzles, like you guys just saw, and then there are 4 rounds. So in the 4 rounds, contestants have to solve a puzzle with a particular category. They spin a wheel, and hopefully it lands on $2,000. In some cases, it could land on $5,000. And then they guess a letter. And so however many letters appear in the puzzle is what that monetary value is multiplied by. It's $250 to buy a vowel, and in any time when you guess a letter or a vowel that is not in the puzzle, your turn is over. So at the end of the round, the player with the most money goes on to a bonus round. In the bonus round, you spin a miniature wheel, and there are 24 envelopes in the wheel. And then with a prize, the prize won't be revealed until the end of the bonus round. This year, since it's the 33rd anniversary, the minimum amount of money that you could win is $33,000. That's not a bad gig at all. So you're given letters R, S, T, L, and E in the bonus round, and you're allowed to pick 3 additional consonants and 1 vowel. You have 10 seconds to solve the puzzle. It's pretty much a little bit about the history, the rules. It's pretty easy to audition. You can follow Wheel of Fortune on Twitter. You can look out for their Wheelmobile. You can go to open casting calls. But I just want to kind of bring it back to the beginning and have you keep in mind that this gentleman, who's a division governor, he went on Wheel of Fortune, and he credited his ability to just be so comfortable speaking and being such a poised speaker because of being in Toastmasters. So today I would like to challenge you guys to join Toastmasters so you can work on these skills. So if you ever wanted to audition for Wheel of Fortune, they might come in handy. So now I'd like to show you, I actually sent in an audition tape for Wheel of Fortune, and I'd like to show you guys that tape. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten my call back yet. I'm still waiting. So if anybody knows Pat or Ben, I've been waiting for a couple years now. Hi, my name is Julia Weeks, and I'm a Southern girl at heart. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, but I'm living in Brooklyn, New York. I've been waiting 6,570 days to make this audition tape. Back then I was 10, and my grandfather was 70. Every day he would pick me up after school, take me to his house, cook me a big Southern dinner, and we would watch our favorite show, Wheel of Fortune. I'm the season's greatest contestant because I have a quick thumb, I'm ready to solve those toss-up puzzles, been lifting weights in order to spin the big wheel, and I'm not afraid to buy vowels. I've also been practicing what I would do if I won, and it looks like this. Woo! Unfortunately, my grandfather is not with us anymore, but I still have a similar routine in Brooklyn. I come home from work, I usually have takeout, not quite the home cooking that I used to have, come to a smaller apartment, but I still watch my favorite show, Wheel of Fortune, which brings me back to the fondest memories I have with my grandfather. So just to sum it up, I'm waiting to get my big chance to practice my Toastmaster skills on Wheel of Fortune. If you guys know anybody, let me know. Thank you.